All right, let's go ahead and get into our tip of the week, managing wall information. So when we're talking about managing wall informations, it comes in two separate parts, and then each of those parts have their own things to them. So the first one is going to be our classification manager. And this classification manager is going to tell us what that element does or what that element is. So for example, I could use the wall tool to represent an actual wall, or I could use the wall tool to represent a rail. Same tools being used, but we're classifying it separately to pull that data out of the wall or the railing or whatever it is. So we have to make sure it is classified properly, because the list of properties available to us depend on the classification that we have put into the wall. Okay, and then it's available properties. This is the list of all of the properties that will be available to us with the wall classification. Okay, now talking about those properties, we go to Options, Property Manager. Okay, and now we start having a list of all of the different properties. Okay, and then over here is where we set the data available or the data sets for those properties. Okay, so that means, let me find one that can, I guess none of them are really walls. Oh, here's a wall finish, okay? Finishes, wall finish. It's telling me it's an option set. So that means when I'm seeing that in my wall settings right here, so you'll see classifications and properties within our wall settings. It is classified as a wall. Awesome, great. Now, we come down to the properties that are available to us because we said that's a wall. So if I come down here to my fire resistant rating, 1 hour, this is an option set. I've given it its option set. Okay, and then loads of other information that we can load into this wall to be able to select things per their properties. So in the case of wanting your fire protection plan, right? Because each of these walls have priorities set different. They're all the same wall, but the walls with the yellow, they have the property of a 60-minute fire rating. The red ones have a 90-minute fire rating, and the green ones have a 30-minute fire rating. It's all the same wall, but the properties are different. And then we can use those properties to create a rule that says any wall that has the property of a 90-minute fire rating is going to turn red. Okay, and that's how we start controlling the information that we're seeing. Okay, we can also use it here. One of the properties that we can control is going to be our load bearing. So then we can come in and use our graphic overrides to sort out and change our load bearing walls to show graphically different than our non-load bearing walls. They could be the same wall assembly, but because we have classifications and properties applied to them, we can pick them out from the other walls. Okay, we can also use our properties. We can add in a phase property. And so now we could select phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3. And now those properties will help us separate the 3 buildings from each other based on what phase property they have.